False accusations are one of the most painful and challenging experiences that we can face in life. No matter how careful we are, how kind, or how good our intentions, we may still find ourselves being blamed for things we didn't do. But what can we do when we find ourselves in these difficult situations? Today, I want to share some valuable lessons from Buddhism that can help us deal with false accusations, stay calm, and come out stronger. These lessons aren't just about avoiding conflict. They're about cultivating qualities that can transform our lives. I'll provide examples to make these ideas more concrete, and at the end, we'll draw key lessons that you can apply in your own life. False accusations can be distressing, and it's human nature to want to immediately defend yourself, often angrily. But according to Buddhist teachings, anger and frustration rarely lead to productive outcomes. The essence of the message is that by practicing kindness and truthfulness, even in the face of false allegations, we can rise above the situation and maintain peace. In this article, we will explore this in more depth, giving examples of how it works in real life, and how we can apply these principles to our everyday experiences. Understanding the types of accusations. Before diving into how to deal with false accusations, it's important to recognize that there are two main types of accusations. 1. True accusations. These occur when we are blamed for something we actually did, whether it was intentional or unintentional. No matter how careful or mindful we try to be, everyone makes mistakes. 2. False accusations. These are when we are wrongfully blamed for something we didn't do. This can be particularly painful because it's unfair, and we often feel the need to vindicate ourselves immediately. Buddhism offers guidance on how to handle both types of accusations with wisdom, kindness, and truthfulness. No matter which type of accusation you're dealing with, reacting with anger or impatience is never productive. It can make things worse, and often, people will stop listening to you when you are angry. So, what should we do instead? Buddhism encourages two key qualities to guide our reactions: truthfulness and kindness. The power of truthfulness. Truthfulness is a central tenet in Buddhism and many other philosophies. But what does it mean to be truthful, especially when faced with accusations? First, let's consider a situation where we've actually made a mistake. For example, imagine you're at work and accidentally delete an important file. Your boss or colleague accuses you of being careless, and you might feel defensive. The natural impulse might be to deny it or blame someone else to avoid the consequences. But Buddhism teaches us to face the truth with courage. Instead of lying or evading responsibility, it's better to simply admit the mistake and take steps to correct it. Why is this important? When you admit your mistakes, you show integrity, and this builds trust. People will respect you more in the long run if you own up to your errors, rather than trying to cover them up. A personal example of this can be found in a situation I once faced in school. I was blamed for forgetting to complete a group project task, which led to my group falling behind. Instead of denying my fault, I admitted that I had overlooked my responsibility, apologized sincerely, and worked extra hard to help the group catch up. Although the initial reaction was frustration, my willingness to admit my mistake and correct it helped repair the situation and strengthen the trust among my peers. But what if the accusation is false? What if you are blamed for something you didn't do? In such cases, the temptation to respond angrily is even stronger. You may feel outraged, indignant, or desperate to prove your innocence. However, as Buddhism teaches, responding with anger will only escalate the situation. Instead, calmly and truthfully state your case. An example of this can be seen in the life of the Buddha himself. At one point, the Buddha was falsely accused by a woman named Sundari, who claimed that he had impregnated her. The accusation was completely untrue, but the Buddha did not react with anger. Instead, he remained calm, maintained his truthfulness, and waited for the truth to come to light. Eventually, it was discovered that the woman had been paid to slander him, and the Buddha's reputation remained untarnished because he handled the situation with grace and patience. In both cases, whether the accusation is true or false, truthfulness is a powerful tool. It doesn't mean that we will always be immediately vindicated, but in the long run, the truth often prevails, and those who are honest gain the respect of others. Kindness as a response to accusation. The second quality Buddhism emphasizes when dealing with accusations is kindness. This may sound counterintuitive, Why should we be kind to someone who is falsely accusing us? Kindness in this context doesn't mean we passively accept the accusation or let others walk over us. Rather, it means maintaining a calm, compassionate attitude, even toward those who may be attacking us. In many cases, people who falsely accuse others are acting out of their own pain, fear, or misunderstanding. By responding with kindness, we can sometimes diffuse the situation and reduce the emotional intensity. For example, if a colleague accuses you of trying to sabotage their work, instead of retaliating with anger, you might respond by calmly asking them to explain their concerns and express empathy for their stress or frustration. In many situations, this approach can help resolve the conflict more peacefully. Let's consider another real-life example from the world of public figures. There are countless cases of celebrities and public figures being falsely accused of various wrongdoings. Some choose to retaliate harshly in the media, but others remain calm and kind. For instance, Keanu Reeves, known for his calm demeanor, has faced numerous false accusations and rumors throughout his career, including accusations of cheating or scandals. However, rather than lashing out or engaging in public feuds, he often responds with grace, allowing his calm and kind nature to shine through. This has contributed to his public image as a compassionate and grounded individual. Practical steps to take when falsely accused. Now that we've discussed the importance of truthfulness and kindness, let's look at some practical steps you can take when faced with false accusations. 1. Pause and breathe. When you first hear the accusation, your immediate reaction might be to get defensive or angry. Take a deep breath and pause before responding. This gives you time to calm your mind and think clearly. 2. Listen carefully. Even if the accusation is false, listen to what the other person is saying. Sometimes, misunderstandings arise because of miscommunication, and by listening carefully, you may be able to clear up the issue quickly. 3. Respond calmly. When it's your turn to respond, do so in a calm and measured tone. State the facts clearly and without emotional outbursts. If you didn't do what you're being accused of, calmly explain your side of the story. 4. Seek resolution, not revenge. Your goal should be to resolve the situation, not to seek revenge or punish the person accusing you. Even if you feel hurt, remember that escalating the conflict will not help. 5. Involve a third party if necessary. If the situation cannot be resolved between you and the accuser, it may be helpful to involve a neutral third party, such as a mediator or supervisor, to help facilitate a constructive conversation. 6. Reflect on the situation. After the situation has been resolved, take some time to reflect on what happened. Were there any underlying factors that contributed to the accusation? Is there anything you can learn from the experience? Reflection helps you grow and better handle future situations. The long-term benefits of practicing truthfulness and kindness. While dealing with accusations, especially false ones, can be incredibly stressful in the moment, there are long-term benefits to practicing truthfulness and kindness. Over time, these qualities help you build a reputation for integrity and reliability. People who know you will be more likely to trust you, and even in difficult situations, your calm and kind demeanor will earn you respect. Moreover, practicing these qualities contributes to your own inner peace. When you know that you have responded to a situation truthfully and with kindness, you won't be haunted by regrets or guilt. Instead, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you handled the situation in the best way possible. Lessons to take away. In conclusion, dealing with false accusations is never easy, but by applying the principles of Buddhism, truthfulness and kindness, we can handle these situations with grace and wisdom. Whether the accusation is true or false, these two qualities guide us toward responses that are productive, peaceful, and ultimately beneficial for everyone involved. We've seen through examples how owning up to our mistakes can build trust, and how responding with kindness can help diffuse even the most tense situations. In our fast-paced, often hostile world, these lessons are more valuable than ever. The next time you face an accusation, whether big or small, try applying these principles. You may be surprised at the positive outcomes they can bring.